everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Claire and I put out videos about luxury bags and accessories. So if that is your thing, please click on the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and you'll know when I upload a new video. Today's video is a tag video, and I was tagged by the lovely Louise Loves Luxuries to do the most used bags of 2023 so far. And I believe this tag was started by Jerusha Couture after watching Minx for All's video. So we're only into May, so it's only 5 months of the year gone by. So I had to have a think about what bags I've used the most. And here in the UK, we're coming out of winter. And we are supposed to be in spring. I mean, really, we're supposed to have had maybe 1 or 2 months of spring already, but you'd never know it from the weather. It's been pretty wet and cold here still. I even contemplated putting the heating on yesterday because it was very, very cold. But then again, you know, I'm not made of money. So I don't know. It's not been great weather. We've had a few sunny days here and there. We've had a few sunny periods during days. But it does mean that the bags I've used so far do kind of follow a bit of a theme colour-wise. So, you know, I'm sorry about that. If this tag had been created and I was doing it perhaps in a few months' time and we'd had some sunnier days, then I may have had more variation of colour in my bags to show you. But unfortunately you'll see they are pretty much all the same colour. So I'm going to start off with my first most used bag. Now, some of the people who've done this tag have excluded their work bags because they just take a Neverfull or some other luxury tote to work every day. And they've said, we're not going to talk about that bag, we'll talk about the other bags we use. I have actually been taking handbags to work this year so far because I've taken a big kind of book tote style bag. I'll put a picture of it up here, which is just really very much in the same sort of style as the book tote, but it's a dupe. It's $25.99 from H&M, and I use that for my files and folders and my lunch bag because I have to take files, great big files and folders, back and forth from the office. So I actually use that as my work bag. That's not a designer bag. Sometimes I do use a tote bag if I don't need to carry files. I sometimes then just put everything in my GST or my Mulberry Bayswater tote, but I haven't actually used those so far this year. I've actually been using the sort of the book tote style bag and a handbag. So the most used handbag that I have been using is my Chanel 19. I just find this is such a perfect bag for every day because I can fit everything I need to take to the office on a personal level, sort of other than my agenda and my lunch bag. But everything else I can fit in here, and it's really easy to sort of find stuff. I've got an organiser in there at the moment. It's empty at the moment, but I've got an organiser in there, so everything just sits in there. I can pop my hand in, pop out my lipstick when I need to reapply, find my cards when I need to run down to the coffee van and grab a coffee. I can quickly find my lip balm, I can find my AirPods, things like that. So I just find this such a useful bag. I carry it in top handle, or I just use the shoulder strap and crossbody it, and I love it. It's got the back pocket which I put my phone in, and I'm so pleased that this has come out top because this was not cheap. I spent a lot of money on this bag, and obviously it was part of my birthday present from my husband as well, so he contributed. This bag was a lot of money, so I'm really pleased I'm getting the use out of it. It's not one of those bags that, you know, I've spent a fortune on and is sitting on the shelf not getting used. So I'm so happy that this has turned out to be such a fantastic purchase for me, and it is one of my most used bags. The other bag I've been using a lot, and this will probably come as no surprise because I've talked about it quite a bit in recent videos, is my Mulberry Bayswater clutch. As I said, I believe in my last video when I compared this to the Chanel wallet on chain, I said I'd kind of rediscovered this. When I bought the wallet on chain, I seriously considered selling this because I thought they are very similar. Am I actually going to get the use out of this one? And I must admit that for a little while this just sort of sat in its box and I didn't use it, and that's why it crossed my mind to maybe sell it. But I've rediscovered it, and I found it is such a great little everyday run around errand bag. When I am at home and I need to pop out to the post office, to the vet, places like that, I just sling my cards in it, pop my lip balm, and then put it on crossbody and off I go. And so again, it's just been perfect over the sort of winter months just as that grab and go bag. I've said all this already in previous videos, so I probably don't need to go into it much more, but it is a very underrated bag, and I'm so pleased I didn't sell it, and I have, as I say, rediscovered it. Okay, both bags so far are black, and I'm afraid the next one is black as well. It's my Gucci Soho Disco. Again, I rediscovered this. I made some videos about this bag a couple of years ago when I first started my YouTube channel, compared it to the Toy Lulu, and just talked about it being one of my sort of low-key luxury bags, because the logo's not very you know, bold and out there, and you can turn it around obviously to hide the logo, but just really saying what a useful bag it is. And I probably last year, 2022, I didn't use it very much, but again recently I kind of rediscovered it. Over the last few months when I've gone out, it's not been for really formal occasions, it's been for very, very casual meetups and things, and I found I've needed a casual bag, a little bit bigger than the Mulberry clutch or the Chanel wallet on chain, something that just fits a little bit more, and this is perfect. This is a camera bag style, again, just goes crossbody, fits that little bit more, but is not too big, and is just great for, you know, evenings out when I need a casual sort of vibe. So my Gucci Soho Disco, another sort of rediscovered bag after not using it for a little while, but very glad that I've got this, and as I say, I've started using it again a little bit more regularly. My fourth bag is again one of my favourites, and usually comes out in these most used bag videos. It's very rarely not in one of these videos, because I do use it a lot. I haven't been using it for work, as I say, I've been using the Chanel 19 for work, but I have been using it for other occasions, and sadly I've had to go to quite a few funerals this year. It's been a very, very sad year so far. We've lost friends and family, and I've actually found it's been my funeral bag, which I know sounds a little bit morbid, but the reason is it's very classy. It's very, I think it's understated. It's my small Lulu. I double it up on the chain with the chain, and it sits on my shoulder. It will just go very quietly. There's all this talk about quiet luxury at the moment. Maybe you don't think this is quiet luxury because it's got the YSL logo on it, but you know, apart from that, I find it quite a quiet, elegant bag. It just sits on my shoulder with my sort of black outfit, which I'm obviously wearing for the funeral, and I find that it tones in, and it just is a respectable bag to wear to something like a funeral. As I say, I know it sounds very morbid, but you know, that's the reality of my life at the moment. We've had to go to quite a few this year. It's been a sad few months, but this bag has ended up, you know, being the one that I've taken, and I, you know, do use it for other occasions as well. Again, obviously sometimes when I go out for the day or whatever, or occasionally when I go to work, I will take this bag. It's definitely one of my favourite handbags, and one that I love and will always come back to time and time again. So as I said, a bit of a theme, all black bags, because, you know, we're talking January, February, March, you know, quite gloomy months here in the UK. When it has started to brighten up a little bit, and sometimes I've changed my outfit up. I am in black today, but actually the rest of this week I've been in patterns and colours and navy, so I've actually probably picked the wrong day to film because I'm wearing black. But say the last few weeks I have been wearing more patterns and colours, and I have actually started to use and started to pick up a non-black handbag. So this is my fifth handbag, and this is my non-black one, and this is my college bag, Saint Laurent college bag in the brick colour, which is a beautiful neutral and goes with navy, goes with a lot of the colours and the patterns I've been wearing recently. So this has been my sort of spring bag when it has been slightly nicer weather and when I haven't wanted to pick up a black bag. Again, very similar kind of idea to the Chanel 19, got the top handle and the crossbody strap. I've used this for work a few times. At the moment I've got it stuffed because I was using it this week actually, and I've just put it away and swapped it out for a Coach bag. I didn't include the Coach bag in this video because I've literally just started using it this week. But the Coach bag is actually about the same colour as this, similar colour, so that's going to get a little bit of use now as well. But yeah, I love this again. One of the Saint Laurent bags that has a back pocket, so the phone goes in there, all the other essentials in there, fits my key pouch, fits my cards, my Chanel O case, things like that, as do all of the other bags, apart from really the Bayswater clutch. That's the only one that not everything fits in, obviously, but the other four, everything that I need on a daily basis fits in. So yeah, so this is my nod to a little bit of colour. I know it's a neutral, but for me it's colour. So that's my Saint Laurent college bag in the medium size, I believe. So yeah, so that's my 5 most used bags of this year so far. I'm hoping that some of my other bags will kind of make the list by the end of the year. I'm hoping that my new Prada bag will. I'm definitely planning to use that. I'm going away for a weekend soon and I'm taking that bag, and so you know that's going to start becoming one of my new bags. I've also just bought another bag which I haven't revealed on my channel yet. Hopefully I'm going to get around to filming that video soon and showing you what that is, and I'm hoping that might become one of my most used bags as well, so stay tuned for that and please subscribe so that you don't miss that unboxing. And yeah, and maybe, you know, possibly some of my other bags that have a bit of colour in them. Maybe my red Aspinall of London Mayfair, I'll finally get to use that a little bit more often. And obviously the new Aspinall of London Small Lottie that I bought, or that I got at the end of last year, maybe that will come out now that the weather is starting to get a little bit better. So stay tuned, we'll see. I'll probably do this video again at the end of the year, as most people do, to say what their most used bags of the year were. But it's good to take stock in the middle of the year, and it's made me actually think about what bags I have used the most and which bags have sat on the shelf a little bit neglected, and which I perhaps need to try and get them off the shelf in the next 6 months and actually start trying to use those. So thank you so much, Maria, for tagging me. I really appreciate that. Thank you to Jerusha and Minx for all for kind of creating this tag and getting us talking about this. I'm not 100% sure who's been tagged in this video already and who hasn't. I think probably most of the creators I would likely tag have been tagged already, but I'm going to mention just a couple in case they haven't. So I'm going to tag Eva from Fuchsia Floyd, I'm going to tag So Much Design with Hannah, and I'm going to tag Nancy Carnas. So just 3 tags there, but anyone else obviously who hasn't already done this video and would like to, please consider yourself tagged, and I look forward to seeing your videos. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and thanks ever so much for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye everyone.